Good morning, everyone, and happy Tuesday. It is Julie here with your morning market update, where we're getting you up to speed on what you need to know as the market opens. So let's get into it. All right, guys, welcome back. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope your week is off to a fantastic start. As usual, this morning, we'll be taking a look at exciting stock market news. We have a ton of notable earnings to get through, so I'll try to make it pretty quick. And of course, we'll see which stocks are the morning's biggest gainers and losers. Of course, we'll be taking a look at these stocks on the TipRanks platform, seeing how Wall Street analysts weigh in. If you want to take a look for yourself, you can download the TipRanks mobile app through the links in the description down below. Now let's get right into this morning's exciting stock market news. U.S. stock futures are in the red this morning as big name earnings continue to roll in. Right now, Dow futures are down 0.33%, S&P 500 futures down 0.50%, and NASDAQ futures down 0.44%. Coinbase is essentially suing the SEC to prompt a response on a rulemaking petition. Coinbase will be using the court to force the SEC to respond after hearing nothing from them when they prompted the SEC to make new rules for crypto last year. They have filed a petition to the U.S. Appeals Court that would order the agency to respond to a plea that the company made last year for formal rulemaking on digital assets. The SEC will be able to give a yes or no answer on their July petition, and Coinbase executives say that such a response is important since a no would allow them to challenge the SEC's decision in court. The Coinbase stock is currently rated a hold with an average upside of 20%. Netflix plans to invest $2.5 billion in new content from South Korea. Netflix has seen South Korean content gain global popularity, with the movie Parasite winning an Oscar and seeing massive success with the series Squid Games. They'll be investing $2.5 billion in South Korean content over the next 4 years. In their Q1, Netflix added 1.75 million paid subscribers. Analysts currently rate their stock a moderate buy with an average upside of over 11%. General Motors announced that they plan to invest $3 billion in a new battery cell manufacturing plant here in the U.S. alongside Korea's Samsung. GM's CEO Mary Barra said that the cells we build together will help us scale our EV capacity in North America well beyond 1 million units annually. GM and Samsung said that the plant is set to begin operations in 2026. They have not yet disclosed the proposed location, but did say it would create thousands of jobs in construction and operation. Now, General Motors also reported their earnings, so we're going to use this to segue right into notable earnings reports. Jumping right into those GM earnings, they are on the rise this morning after they posted blowout first quarter results. They posted earnings per share of $2.21, well ahead of the estimated $1.72 per share expected. They had an adjusted operating profit of $3.8 billion, well ahead of the $3.2 billion expected. Along with better than expected earnings, full-year financial guidance was also raised. Analysts currently rate the GM stock a moderate buy with an average upside of about 50%. Also in the green this morning is Pepsi, following their earnings beat and raised guidance. Their earnings per share came in at $1.50, beating expectations of $1.38 per share. Their sales came in at $17.85 billion, also beating expectations of $17.24 billion. Looking at their full-year earnings, they're now anticipating $7.27 per share, which they increased 7 cents. Analysts currently rate the Pepsi stock a moderate buy with an average upside of 3%. Then we have First Republic Bank, who you may recall had a pretty interesting quarter. Now, their stock has been on the rise this week leading up to their earnings, but has now plunged over 20% in the pre-market this morning after they announced that their deposits plunged by $72 billion. That was a decline of about 41% as customers withdrew their money during the banking crisis of Q1. While they did manage to have a Q1 earnings beat, their earnings per share did decline over 38% year over year to $1.23. The company said that they now have $173.5 billion in deposits as of March 2023. They intend to meaningfully reduce their expenses through various initiatives, including layoffs in the range of 20 to 25%. Analysts currently rate their stock a hold, with some widely varying price targets. Then we've also heard from 3M in the pre-market. They had an earnings and revenue beat and announced some restructuring initiatives. 3M said that they would be cutting another 6,000 jobs in the addition to the 2,500 announced back in January as part of cost-saving measures. They reported first quarter earnings per share of $1.97, coming in well ahead of the $1.60 expected, and sales of $7.7 billion exceeded expectations by $2 billion. Their stock is currently rated a moderate sell with an average upside of 5%. Then we have Halliburton. Their stock is down slightly this morning despite beating on both earnings and revenue. They reported earnings per share at 72 cents, beating expectations of 67 cents, and revenue of $5.7 billion beat expectations by $2 billion. The company said that the outlook for the year and longer term is strong. Analysts currently rate the stock a unanimous strong buy with an average upside of 42%. And lastly from this morning, we're looking at UPS. Their stock is in the red as they slightly missed earnings expectations and had disappointing future guidance. Their Q1 earnings per share of $2.20 missed expectations by just 1 cent per share, while revenue of $22.9 billion missed by $80 million. The company said that over the first quarter of 2023, the global volume environment deteriorated due to challenging macro conditions and changes in consumer behavior. As a result, UPS expects full-year revenue and adjusted operating margin to be at the low end of its previously guided range. Analysts currently rate their stock a moderate buy with a pretty flat price target. Of course, big name earnings continue in the after hours today. We'll be hearing from tech giants Microsoft and Google, along with other big names like Visa, Enphase Energy, and Chipotle Mexican Grill. Now let's take a look at which stocks are the morning's biggest gainers and losers. Our biggest gainers this morning are led by Arrowhead Pharmaceuticals after they shared some positive trial data. Trading under the ticker ARWR, their stock is up 20%. They're followed by MedPace Holdings under MEDP, up about 19%, and Hubble Incorporated under HUBB, up about 7.6%. And our biggest losers this morning are led by First Republic Bank after they shared their big drop in deposits in their recent earnings. Trading under the ticker FRC, their stock is down over 21%. They're followed by Tenable Holdings under TENB, down 19.6%, and Packaging Corporation under PKG, down 9.8%. So that is going to be everything for Tuesday's morning market update, getting you up to speed with what you need to know. I know that was a lot of info to get through, so hopefully you made it to the end here. And if you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and say good morning in the comments. I always appreciate hearing from you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great Tuesday, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.